What's up YouTube? It's Greg here, and I am going to tell you how to avoid your worst nightmare. It's related to supply chain. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up YouTube? I am in San Francisco right now. Beautiful sunshine coming through my hotel window. You can see my beautiful bed over there that is unmade. Sorry for the unprofessionalism, which you should come to expect by this point. I'm a pretty casual guy. I would show you the beautiful skyline over here, but I am still terrible with lights and I have no idea how to show you it without me just becoming just a darkened shadow. So sorry about that. But we got more important things to do other than my weird ability to never learn lighting while doing videos, and that is supply chain. So if you are an Amazon FBA entrepreneur, really any kind of e-commerce entrepreneur or just in e-commerce and around it, you know this is a big deal. There are tons of ships backed up in the port of Los Angeles. There are tons of different supply chains breaking down across the world. And while people are figuring out ways to make it happen and they're pivoting, they're adapting, they're becoming stronger, which is amazing to see from me personally, I know there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there right now who are freaking out, which makes sense, right? This is a big problem. You cannot get your products in stock. That means you can't sell. And if you can't sell, that means your Amazon ranking, if you're selling on Amazon, is going to go way, way down, which can be pretty hard to recover from. And just in general, if you have no product, you have no revenue, which means no profit, which means your business is in a bad place. Now, I do think there are solutions out there. There are ways to go around this, to figure it out and, really plan. But now we got another thing looming, and that is the Lunar New Year, the Chinese New Year, which every e-commerce entrepreneur somewhat dreads because you have to forecast to get enough products on in time or into your inventory in time before those factories really shut down for their pretty long length of period, right? So what can you do here? Well, the answer is very, very simple. If you are an e-commerce entrepreneur that is actually afraid of what might be coming down the pipe, then my biggest recommendation for you is to simply don't deal with it. Now, what do I mean by that? I just left you on the ultimate cliffhanger. Don't do it, right? So how could you not participate in the looming supply chain crisis? Well, that is very easy. All you have to do is sell your business. That's it. This is a very promotional video, I suppose. But being honest when I say this, if you don't believe you have the ability or the wherewithal to stand against the supply chain issues, and maybe you're okay right now, but you're concerned about what might be coming down the pipeline, what will be hit next, then I highly recommend selling the business. There's no shame in that. Selling your business is often the start of your business, in my view. I've seen entrepreneurs from all walks of life sell their business, and they take that money and they just go absolutely bananas in terms of their wealth growth capabilities because of that large capital windfall. What can an extra $200,000, $500,000, or a couple cool $2 million, $3 million in your pocket do for your life, for what you can accomplish, right? Probably a lot. As a scrappy bootstrap entrepreneur, you could probably do more with that right now than you could if you didn't have that in your pocket, or if you earned that over say a 24, 40, 48 month period, right? If you have that money right now, you can do a lot of cool things, you can make a lot of cool moves, and you just exit out of the whole potential supply chain crisis. Now, let's get into another point here. Do I think there is an actual supply chain crisis? Well, one, yes, there is. That's obvious. But do I think it's going to get worse? Probably. I think it will probably get worse. But with that said, entrepreneurs, whether you're on the sell side or buy side, I believe will be able to navigate those channels effectively and will probably come out okay, to be honest. I think the entrepreneurs that stay in the game are probably going to become stronger for what they went through. Their business has survived more storms, and so the business will become more valuable, and there will come a time towards the end of this crisis that when supply chains are getting back on board, that the competitive landscape is going to be a bit changed and probably a bit drained by the entrepreneurs that did give up. Now, selling your business is a lot different than giving up. Most people will probably hold on to a business that they shouldn't be holding on to way too long. They don't have the logistics chops to really manage what is going on, which is a very confusing mess between actual supply chain and what Amazon is doing on the FBA platforms. Like, you should sell, right? You should exit with the value you have 100%. Don't be one of those entrepreneurs that watches their own business die because you don't know how to navigate and pivot, right? Don't be one of those people. Cash out, get that hard-earned equity, and then use that equity for other things. Use that capital for other things, such as buying new businesses that maybe already have the supply chain thing already figured out, SOP figured out, or maybe a business that doesn't even include inventory, doesn't need inventory, right? You can buy a SaaS business or a content business, right? So there's a lot of avenues for you if you're one of the entrepreneurs who just feel like, what am I gonna do, right? There's a lot of things you can do where you can sell the business, recoup all that initial investment cost that went into building it, plus probably a pretty hefty profit, because right now is Q4 and buyers are buying businesses like crazy because they always do in Q4. So you can come in and sell your business during the peak of the holidays and really reap a lot of the rewards that are going to set you up well in 2022. Now, if you are someone who understands supply chain and all that good stuff, you're in a good place. Now, you could still get rid of all the tedious and the boredom, or not boredom, rather the thrill of managing your supply chain by selling that business. And the same logic applies to you, just like the person who might feel, the anxiety of running a supply or a physical goods kind of store right now. The same logic applies to you. Because you have that capital windfall, you most likely will be able to do a lot more today than getting paid that same amount over a period of a few years. Because right now you can get 3x, sometimes even 4x of your annual net profit from your business when you sell. And that's huge. Like 3 to 4 years of runway to build something new. I think most entrepreneurs are up for that challenge. Anyhow, this is a short video. If you've been concerned about the supply chain stuff, I do think within the next 5 years, for sure, this will not be an issue at all. This is going to be a blip on the radar of a very strange couple of years at the end of the day. They will fix it, they will get better, everything will get better. So if you are in a position where you can weather that storm and you are really passionate about growing the current business you have, then great, you're gonna do fine. I think you're going to probably come out ahead, to be honest. Now, if you sell that business, there's nothing stopping you from buying a business that's struggling with supply chain, using that capital, and you can actually use the money that you got from selling your business to buy a business that is struggling with supply chain because you know how to fix it, and you can probably get that business on a discount, right? You can probably negotiate that price down and get yourself into a new asset for underneath market value. Well, at market value, but they are discounted because of their supply chain issues, right? Or supply chain fears, perhaps. So this is a quick video. Hopefully you enjoyed this rant. Hope you are all doing well out there in YouTube land. Please like and subscribe this video, and you tell me, what are you doing with your own supply chain woes in your e-commerce store? Are there woes, or are you doing fine? Are you sitting pretty? What's your strategy? Love to hear it. And again, if you want to sell your business, there will be a link down below for you to do just that. Talk to you later. Bye.